Hey yo, check it. I got a question for y'all, man. How many of y'all, listen to Kendrick Lamar, man? Matter of fact, how many know about a tale called "A Good Kid in the Mad City," bro? Do y'all really know what that shit was about? Huh? One of K Dot's greatest, nigga. One of K Dot's greatest, nigga. That's what we're here to talk about. What's up with y'all, man? Trade 08 back again with another reaction. And today we looking through the breakdown of one of K Dot's most beautifulest album, right behind Damn. And I'm gonna put that on G, man. Put that on G. Reacting to Good Kid, Mad City, the whole story. Basalito, nigga. Pipe up.
A lot of people think they know Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, M.A.A.d City. I, I honestly doubt it. Here, we're not only going to be revisiting the album, we're going to be dissecting every story, meaning, and how this is Kendrick's greatest album. Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid,
One
M.A.A.d
of
City is more than just a bunch of random songs. No, it tells the story on how Kendrick became the success he is today by battling his inner demons, trauma, and how in just one single day, Kendrick would be faced with the hardest choice of his life. So, what does it mean to be a good kid in a mad city? The album starts with a prayer.
Lord God, I come to
I'm
you
you
a
a
sinner,
sinner.
and I
I
humbly
believe
repent for
repent
my
for
sins.
sins.
Now, this is no doubt the most important line of the entire album, and somehow it's the first thing we hear. A rather interesting way to start since it gives us a sense of remorse and repentance. But who are these people and what are they praying for? That's when you start getting the sense of something not being right.
Apparently, you can go from 0 to a.
No, bro, I was so locked in, bro, already. Hate when they give me an ad.
An important sound that represents a key figure in this album, a girl. A girl that would change the whole trajectory of everything to come after, Shireen. The song kicks off at this house party in Compton where a young 17-year-old Kendrick meets this girl, Shireen.
I met her at this house party on El Segundo in Central. She had the credentials of strippers in Atlanta. Hello, my name is Kendrick. She said, no, you're handsome. Whispered in my ear, disappeared, then found her dead.
I ain't gonna lie. Girls like that you gotta look out for, bro. If you immediately go up to her and she give you them eyes, I'm gonna tell you what eyes she finna give you, bro. If she look at you, start fluttering her shit, you go up to her all saucy and shit, yo, what's up with you? You do my name will do. They be like, nah, you handsome. I'm liable to think she finna set me up. I'm liable to think I'm finna get backdoored 100%. Cause girls don't come up to niggas. Girls don't come up to niggas. Niggas come up to y'all. So you come up to me. You either one think I'm really cute, trying to hop on that, or you trying to set me up. And this is Compton, nigga. If I man, what? I ain't taking no chances.
She's captivating. It's beyond anything he's felt before. But this girl, Shireen, becomes a huge temptation for Kendrick. The way that he describes her, all rough and focusing on her physicality, shows the youthful impulsiveness that drives so many of his decisions in this album. This is where the concept of choice starts to take place. We learned in the song that Shireen is affiliated with gang in her family.
Her favorite cousin, Demetrius, is a reputable family history.
See, family already gang banging. Family already got history of gang banging. And he noticed.
Of gang banging did make me skeptical.
He's able to acknowledge these red flags, but still chooses to pursue her anyways, driven by his lust. So when the opportunity presents itself for Kendrick to go over, he doesn't hesitate to take his mom's van and drive straight to her house.
Mom, I'm finna use the van real quick. Be back 15 minutes.
And I'm thinking about that ex. Thinking about her thighs, or maybe kissing on her neck, or maybe what position's next. 2 blocks away, 250 feet, and 6 steps from where she stays.
But as Kendrick inches closer and closer to Shireen,
Pulled up, a smile on my face, and then I see 2 niggas, 2 black hoodies. I froze as my phone rang.
the track here suddenly stops. A very simple story. Boy meets girl, girl becomes a problem, and consequences begin. But after this
Happens
point,
all
you're
the
left
time.
wondering, what just happened? Are these two hooded people involved with Shireen? Was this all a plot towards Kendrick? Even considering Kendrick's mom refers to Shireen as a hood rat in the ending skit of the song.
Kendrick, where you at? Damn, sitting here waiting on my van. You told me you was gonna be back in 15 minutes. You on your way or what? I hope you ain't out there messing with them damn hood rats out there, especially that crazy ass girl Shireen.
As the album progresses, you're able to see that Shireen, aka Master Splinter's daughter, is sort of a starting point for Kendrick to confront his own identity. Who is Kendrick? Who does Kendrick want to become? It represents a crossroads where the wrong choice can lead to horrible outcomes. So,
And that's really how life be. I ain't gonna lie. Like it definitely be those moments in life where like you're in like a vital moment in your life, and you be like, if I make this choice right here, and I take that risk, or if I do what I'm about to do, this dumbass shit, it could possibly change the course of my life forever. But on the other hand, if you don't do that dumbass shit, or you figure something out, you be like, shit, I'm happy I never took that risk, or I'm happy I never had to do what the hell I had to do. Shit. It'd be hard to know the difference. I ain't gonna lie. It'd definitely be hard to know the difference between like good and bad decisions when like you young, especially because you never know like the full consequence of like what decision's gonna come after you make that choice. Or like, it's a lot, man. Life crazy like that.
who is Kendrick gonna choose to be
Especially the
after
butterfly
this just
effect,
happened?
bruh.
Vibe is the second and most favorable song off the album and introduces us to a new version of Kendrick. No longer m.A.A.d, the young boy from Compton, but Kendrick as he is from the release of this album. In the song, Kendrick talks to different people, with each perspective being able to help us understand his message a little better. First, having a conversation with God, talking to him as a sinner.
I am a sinner who's
Dang, copyright.
Taking the time to rant to God about how he doesn't like where rap is going, telling him that his music is meant to send a message of love and courage, but others just use it to get famous.
Damn, nigga only play like a millisecond of the beat.
Here seeking guidance from God as
Live in
he
a world-
navigates
live in a
his new
world on two
fame.
different
This
axes.
can also be interpreted as Kendrick having a conversation with two sides of himself. One side is super confident. This side of him feels inspired and believes that he can reach great heights in his career. But then there's the other side that feels unsure and weighted down by everything that comes with being famous.
I always took this, like, even though like when you listen to Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, and it's like a conversation between himself and his conscience. And you know how like that conscience is always that part of your head where it's speaking right, but you're not trying to hear that right now because you fucked up. That's how I always saw the song. And like as I got older, as I started doing more adult things, like, and I started having those moments in my head to myself where I'm thinking, dang, do I really want to be in this room right now? This is always the first song that comes to my head. No lie. Like anytime I'm way too fucked up and I'm like, ah, can I even walk? I'll be like, do I even want to take another sip? Nigga, do you even need another sip? Like those thoughts keep jumping back and forth in my head of like, I know what I'm supposed to be doing, and I know what I'm doing right now not good for me, but like it's fun, and that's an addiction, sadly.
Two voices going back and forth throughout the song. Then there's Kendrick talking directly to you, the listener. He's trying to stay focused on what's important to him, but people around him are just messing with his vibe, distracting him. The song basically saying, leave me alone, let me do my thing without any of this bad energy. All three of these are valid points and can be used to interpret the song better. And even though this song has no significance to the actual narrative of the album, its solo story is able to capture where Kendrick's mind is at from writing this album. But what does all of that have to do with this?
K-Dot, get in the car. Come on, we finna roll out. I got a pack of blacks and a beat CD. Get your freestyles ready.
ring, king, king, king.
Backseat Freestyle is the third song off the album, and
Man, let me tell you, that hoe was tough. I ain't even gonna lie, like, man, I might vibe out to this bitch after I get done recording to it. I ain't gonna lie. Backstreet Freestyle was one of my favorite off that hoe.
you can immediately tell the disconnect from the last previous tracks. While those two were focused more on explaining something to you through this sort of calmer beat,
Some smooth shit.
Backseat Freestyle jumps right off the bat with this more aggressive tone.
I mean, straight into it, nigga.
And it's easy to know why, since we know who's rapping here.
Hey, I'm never living life confined. It's a failure, even if I'm blind. I can tell you who, what, we wear, how to sell your game right on time.
Putting us back in the eyes of that younger Kendrick from the first track. But
man,
the last we
that's
heard of
K-Dot
him
for
was
real,
caught up with
man.
Shireen and these two hooded people. So what happened? Remember, this story isn't linear. As a matter of fact, this song is one of the first events that happened throughout the day, with Kendrick getting stopped a couple hours later. The story in this song isn't anything crazy like some of the songs coming up, but it's this sort of click that puts everything into motion. Right off the bat, you can immediately tell that this song is just Kendrick freestyling in the back of the car. And that's it. But what is interesting about it is that it's able to help us understand how we're supposed to view this younger version of Kendrick. Because we learn, one, he's easily influenced when he's around his friends, focused on power, money, and win.
I swear to y'all, bro. I'm locked into the video. But like, I hear the beat to it, and then I'm now replaying the song in my head, and I can't stop vibing, bro. It's an ADHD thing.
All my life I want money and power.
Is two extremely young talking about what he does.
I pray my get big as the Eiffel Tower, so I can fuck the world for 72 hours.
And three
Damn, I
is
feel
scared
amazing.
all the
Let
time.
me stop
Let's take a
fucking
pause
talking.
here and try to learn who exactly is in this car, because these are Kendrick's friends. And while it's not important to identify who each person is, it is important to know how big of an impact they have on this kid. So if Kendrick doesn't think about change in what's coming next, these friends will be the reason that his life is about to take the biggest U-turn you've ever seen in your entire life.
Too quiet? Turn your sound.
See, like, just gives me random ass, bro.
Art of Pure Pressure is probably one of the most intuitive songs off the album and really starts pushing the needle forward compared to other songs prior. So what's going on here? The song is an immediate continuation of Backseat Freestyle, and we now know that that song was literally just Kendrick rapping in the back of the car. But as mentioned earlier, these friends aren't people to mess around with. And Kendrick, despite how he's been acting so far, is only doing it to gain some brownie points from these people. Because the truth is, Kendrick doesn't like to get into any trouble. He wants to stay as far away from gangs as possible. He really is just a good kid. But the second he decides to step into that car,
Russian it, quick to laugh about it later. Aye. Lately I'm a peacemaker, but I'm with the homies right now. Your mama used to say.
so as Kendrick continues to drive around the city, the more and more his friends want to do. Now, keep in mind that he's been in this car all day, and the amount of things that they've been doing is beyond explaining.
Me and my niggas 4 deep in a white Toyota. A quarter tank of gas, one doing orange soda.
They meet some girls, they get interrogated by rival gangs, just trying to cause as much trouble as they can. But at some point during this ride, someone passes Kendrick a blunt. Again, Kendrick does not want to do this. He has no idea what's in it, who gave it to him, but it doesn't matter, right? Right?
Man, let me tell y'all a little story, man. Let me get y'all a story time real quick. So I'm like, I want to say I'm like 15, 16, right? I didn't start off smoking. Nah, I didn't start off smoking. I started with an edible. Let me tell you, my homie from high school, he had got me one, you feel me, for like my birthday and shit. He had give it to me at the skating rink. I'm there. I go home after the skating rink and shit, right? I pop that hoe. No lie. No lie, nigga. I'm on my bed like this, right? Laying down. When that hoe kick in, tell me why I'm in like the other corner of my room seeing myself lay down. I'm like, kid you not, nigga. I can see myself looking at myself. And I'm like, ain't no way. ain't no way. Like, I'm over here thinking I'm astral projecting and shit. Like I'm hyperventilating a little bit high key, but I'm like, hold on. I heard about how these hoes go. You gotta calm it. Take a deep breath, right? And I just feel my soul sucking back into my body, bro. Like that feeling. The only other way I can describe it is like if you ever like died in a dream and you came back, or like you fell in a dream and came back and you just felt your whole body jolt. Kid you not, I wake up like that, bro. Like damn near spring off my twin mattress, bro. Like it was crazy. It was fucking wild. All right, we good. Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that later. After driving around for what seemed like hours, they end up in front of a house. And Kendrick already knows what's about to happen. He is not about to break into that house. Think of the
Break into a
consequences. Think of your mom. Consequences? Look at us. Everyone's already going in. If we don't go, imagine how bad everyone's gonna see us. The risk isn't worth it. Look at him. He's scared. He's not like them. One wrong move could ruin everything. Okay, but one good move can make him a legend in the streets. Think about it. You're making this a big deal when no one's even home.
See, bro, and I'm sorry I keep pausing. We only 9 minutes in, but don't ever give in to peer pressure, bro. I don't care like what type of nigga you look up to, who you listen to, who you hang around, bro. Don't give in to peer pressure. If you know what type of person you are in your heart and you confident within yourself, bro, peer pressure not gonna work. Peer pressure not gonna work. That's how niggas die in these streets. I ain't gonna lie. That's how you lose friends and switch up on people because you want to be like some other niggas. That's high key a little gay. I'm just being real with y'all. Y'all kind of fanned out for other niggas y'all age and shit, trying to act like them, trying to be cool like them. That's a little gay. Nigga, be yourself. Shit.
No, you know what? There's no way in a million years we're going in there, especially to break in. And that's final.
I hit the back window in search of any Nintendo DVDs, plasma screen TVs in the trunk.
But then, as predicted, the worst happens.
I don't know.
Hey, guys, there's somebody in this room. Wait, what? There's somebody in this room.
Panicking, they sprint back to their car and speed off.
Mind you, this nigga just got done smoking before he did all this. Ran back to the car, heart pounding and shit. You know that shit circling through his system hard as hell right now. And
They have to
chase out-
escape these cops as fast as possible.
We made a right, they made a left, they made a right, they made a left. But they made a right, they made a left, they made a right, then another right. One lucky night with the homies.
The song is really about this persona Kendrick has been building for himself from each of these tracks, and really is a battle between the angel who wants to make it out of Compton and the devil saying to fit in since this is how his life is supposed to turn out. But his friends keep weighing him down. Whatever they do, he feels pressured to do the same, which then turns into this constant cycle of trouble, which bleeds exactly into what happens right after.
Now you made
What
it
was I
up.
explaining, bro? What was I explaining, bro? That's what's gonna happen.
I think he hit the wrong blunt though. Alright, here's the plan, love. Kick back as an alibi. Wait till the sun go down, roll out, drop K Dot off at his mama van. Cause I know he's trying to put my rain tonight. And we all gonna meet back at the block at about 10:30. Matter of fact, get the motherfucking car. We finna get at that.
I ain't gonna lie. Homies like that in the hood definitely be some fun times. Definitely be some fun times. Like niggas you can get in trouble with sometimes be cool. Not too serious of trouble though, but like some bullshit, you feel me?
Money Trees is the most listened song on the album, and for good reason. If you, the listener, are looking at this song for the first time, what do you think of? Do you think of a tall, humongous tree filled with a bunch of money? Maybe a metaphor for a wealthy person? Or could it mean something completely different? After Kendrick got dropped off at his mom's van,
I think Money Trees, right? When I first saw it on like the album, right? And I know K Dot, right? So I'm thinking in my head it's some philosophical shit. When you plant a seed and you let that shit grow, that's an investment in time, right? So a money tree is like investing in somebody and letting it grow. At least that's what I thought.
And he decides to drive back home. But as he drives back, he starts to think a bit, think about where his life is going. So as he's driving, he's thinking about his past, thinking about his future, thinking about money. So far, every passing moment, the house break-in was about stealing valuable things.
Hit that house, they tell me, is you with it, you bitch? From 9 to 5, I know it's vacant, you bitch.
The rapping in the car was about how rich he wants to become.
Me and my niggas tryna get it, you bitch. Yeah, bitch. Then freeze that verse when we see dollar signs.
Everything is revolved around getting $1. As Kendrick is doing all of these horrible things, he's thinking about this dream of living the rapper's life with the money and the cars.
Dreams of living life like rappers do. Like rappers do, like rappers.
But then he remembers where he's from, so he's willing to do anything to get that check. He then starts to think about how he's gonna be able to have the most beautiful wife when he makes it, saying that everything in his life could be going horribly wrong. But if he just had some money, all of the issues in the entire world would magically disappear because he would have complete and utter power over everything and everyone, making his life perfect. All from a piece of paper. But at the same time, Kendrick knows that what he's doing is wrong and unethical. So now he can pick the good or the bad. The good obviously being don't steal, and the bad doing risky things to get money quickly. In his heart, there's one side of him that wants to start doing the right thing, which he calls hallelujah, and another part that just wants the lust of money and excitement, which he calls Halle Berry. Each side trying to pull him into a different direction, but then a realization. How is money viewed? Sure, money can get you the girl, but Kendrick wants real love. So now he's just looking at her as a distraction.
I ain't gonna lie. More people need to have that mindset of how is money viewed. Think about it. Think about it. You spend your entire adult life, and this is coming from a nigga that works. You spend your entire adult life chasing after bread so you can pay for things that you need to live on a consistent basis. Things that you really shouldn't even have to pay for, like if you think about it. And then on top of that, the more money you make, the more you're taxed. But then the people who are rich really don't make money because their net worth speaks for them. So the people who are outside of the system when it comes to recycled dough and recycled money, they're rich enough to where money is meaningless. So the question is, how do you get to a point in life where money becomes meaningless when everyday people need it the most? It makes no sense.
Think of it like climbing the mountain of life. People will take their backpacks full of necessities and their morals, things they love, but it's a lot of stuff, so it's heavy. So it's crazy what people are willing to do to get up the mountain faster, dropping stuff from their backpacks more and more just to get to the top first. So when you get up there, you forget why you even climbed up here in the first place. Does Kendrick want that? So far, Kendrick has been kinda immature. But this is showing an awakening to what he can finally do to change. So this is it. After seeing Shireen later, his life is about to completely change. He can actually make it out of Compton. All of these trials and tribulations for Kendrick to wake up and finally realize he can make it out. Oh, wait.
I forgot we was right there.
Poetic Justice is seen as one of those songs on every album about love. So this is a love story between Kendrick and Shireen, right? Well, not exactly. First, Poetic Justice is used as a literary device, being this sort of special tool that writers use to make their stories more interesting and lifelike. So when you see a phrase like Poetic Justice, think about someone who's always been too busy for love and just pushes away anyone who's ever cared about them. But then one day they fall deeply in love with someone else, but they end up being too busy for them.
That's like, I know an analogy everybody know, right? That's like a chop nigga dubbing a chop girl, right? Cause she chop, but then trying to go to a bad bitch, but getting dubbed by her cause he chop. But now he don't like the bad bitch cause she didn't like him. It don't make no sense.
Person finally gets what it's like and realizes they need a change. Poetic Justice takes place right after the events of the first song, where we saw Kendrick meet Shireen and fall in love with her. But what I didn't mention is that Kendrick meeting Shireen to the drive to her house take place months apart from each other, and there's a bunch of crucial information in those months that we need to break down. So from that first song, we can see that Kendrick likes Shireen, but the thing is that he doesn't just like Shireen, he likes Shireen.
I recognize your fragrance. Hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit.
So every passing moment he's thinking about her, wanting her, but he starts seeing that something is kind of off about her because she's always with the wrong crowd and she likes him one day and the other completely ignores him. Turns out Shireen has been sneaking around with other dudes, and the dude she messes around with in this song is, you know, not important.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. My brother's in arms, bro. If you looking at this right now, dealing with a girl that's in your face one day, then out the next, or hitting your line one day, then hit another nigga line, and you still chasing her, nigga, you better tighten up. You better tighten up. You better let that little girl know. You better let that little hoe know, hey, I'm a boss, baby. I ain't gonna put up with this, bro. I don't care how bad the girl is. I don't care how good the coochie is. Nigga, self-respect first. Self-respect first. I'll be damned. I go around chasing a girl and she want me half for real, half not. 100 or nothing.
Your natural hair and your soft skin and your big and that sundress. Ooh.
Except Kendrick likes this. He likes the chase. How complicated their relationship is really has him thinking that she really wants him. So he starts doing everything he can to start to understand her and get as close to her as possible, becoming friends with her friends, acting cool, but nothing seems to work. Time passes and she eventually gives in, and Kendrick and Shireen start talking more and more every day. But it's extremely clear that she's only using him for one thing. So here we are, sitting on the curb with her, looking as beautiful as ever. And Kendrick starts telling her about this dream he has about true love. He talks about how love should be more than just, you know, taking the skin boat to Tuna Town. It should have a more deeper emotional connection. And if they actually fell in love, Kendrick would be able to protect her and save her from this situation that she's in.
What did UGK say? We don't turn hoes into housewives, nigga. K-Dot was on that sucker shit.
Shireen looking at Kendrick confused. She tells him she's not looking for anything that serious. So she tells him no, but they can still smash pissers whenever. And you know what Kendrick says to this? After everything he's done trying to find true love with this girl. Okay. You know what's really good about this song is that it's placed right smack in the middle. So
I ain't gonna lie, this nigga breakdown is gonna make me want to fight Kendrick Lamar. Just cause like how down bad he was acting. But I can't get mad at the nigga, he was 17. Shit. We've all been there.
at this point, you're able to get familiar with everyone and how they would act. We already know Shireen is bad because she led Kendrick to these two guys a couple songs back. So the whole time you're thinking, well duh, Kendrick doesn't want to be with this girl, she's bad. But Kendrick doesn't know that. All he knows is that he met this girl at a party and he really likes her. Every song has been building up, showing us every fumble Kendrick has taken so that he can learn. Because if we compare Kendrick a couple of months ago at the party, only seeing Shireen as someone he can smash, to now you can see how much he's changing. So us, as the listener, are forced to see Kendrick do the wrong thing, knowing that he would eventually change. Kinda.
Dirt, dirt, dirt. I love dirt. I'm a dirt nerd.
And when you get
Actually, if you here for Shireen, hey, oh yeah. Bro was like, I'm gonna tell you where you gonna tell me where you from, then I'm gonna tell you where I'm from, then you gonna tell me where your grandma stay. Nigga was trying to threaten Granny, can't go out like that. Alright. I'm gonna tell you where I'm from. Okay. You gonna tell me where you from? Okay. And then you gonna tell me where your grandma stay. Fucking fraud. Damn, time my boy up and everything.
Good Kid is interesting because a lot of people like to group it with its other half song, M.A.A.d City. Now, these two songs aren't here to capture how Kendrick feels or acts, but it's really about what the city of Compton has done to him. Wait, I'm sorry. What the heck just happened? Kendrick just got threatened by these two men and the song just glosses over that? This is possibly the worst situation Kendrick could ever be in right now. This can ruin his future, his relationships. What can he do? Exactly. What can he do? Good Kid sees him stuck. Everyone's left him alone and he's left with no other option but to think, having his whole life play out in his mind. And every time he replays it and replays it, all he can think to himself is how in every situation he's tried his best and be good. Sure, he's had his stumbles, but he was truly ready to change now. So what's happening? What is he missing? Maybe he's gone too far with his friends. Maybe it was Shireen. Heck, it could have been himself. Looking around, knowing that no 17-year-old should ever be in this situation. Ever since he was young, he's felt trapped in the walls of his own mind, as if the walls are slowly closing in and there's nothing that he can do to stop it. That's why he's so scared and anxious all the time. Kendrick again has a flashback on walking home from Bible study one day. All seems good and calm for once, and then some dudes spot him and assume that he's part of a rival gang. They don't ask questions, they immediately see him as a threat. He knows that even though he's not involved in stuff like this, he can be attacked for just being at the wrong place at the wrong time. The chorus also acts as a reflection.
I ain't gonna lie, that's real though. Like, I know niggas that died just going home just because they got the wrong colors on. Or they was wearing their hat a little too much to the side and niggas thought he was in the gang. Like, growing up in the hood, bro, it's hard to even have a little bit of swag out here, bro. Oh, especially Indiana, there's some hating ass niggas out here. I mean, like, straight hating. Like, niggas you think your friends will slime you out all because they jealous of you. That shit don't sit right with me, bro.
Of the chaos in the city, calling it a mass hallucination and ill education, meaning that people are caught in this shared illusion and broken way of thinking, where violence, fear, and hate just seem normal. If we look at the album cover, it perfectly sums up what I'm talking about. We see a baby Kendrick surrounded by guns and alcohol, violence. This is all Kendrick's ever known. Again, coming back to reality. Kendrick, now helpless and powerless, just sits there for hours. The room's so quiet, all you can hear is his own heartbeat. Seeing nothing that can help, he sits there and he prays. Prays that if he's able to get out of this situation, he knows that it will be meant to be. Everything he's been going through is there to make him stronger. If he can escape this house, he can show the world that staying a good kid can actually pay off. Then the song stops. No explanation, no skit, nothing.
Brace yourself, I take you on a trip down memory lane. This is not a rapper while I'm slinking.
Okay.
Man, oh my god, bro. Freestyle in M.A.A.d City just come on so tough. You listen to the whole album, you turn up one good time, okay. You know, maybe you hear Money Trees, you know, you turn up a little bit, you drive out. But M.A.A.d City, bro. M.A.A.d City make you want to just turn to the nigga next to you and sock him dead in his shit.
Other half of Good Kid, we just saved Kendrick. Oh my gosh. M.A.A.d City is the most intensifying song, as it blew everyone away the first time they listened to it. But the way that it comes in with this veracity is not just for show. It's probably one of the most important parts of this entire album, which is super crucial to know later. We'll get to it. So what is happening? I know a lot of information just hit your brain, so let's do a little recap. Kendrick goes to see Shireen. Shireen purposely set him him up to get interrogated by these two guys. They locked him up, and Kendrick's friends just came to save his life. That means that Kendrick's prayer to God is now in full effect. So, did God send my friends? Did Shireen really set me up? So many thoughts start rushing into his head, with his thoughts getting crazier and crazier, thinking about why he needs to get out of this city, comparing it to a war zone in Pakistan where people keep dying, and how somehow it's normal for you to keep a gun on you at all times. Kendrick being only 9 years old and watching someone get shot for the first time. That moment switching his mindset forever.
Damn. This gonna be a crazy question, but for my people that like grew up in this situation, how old were you when you first saw your first dead body, bro? I was 11. Nah, I think I was like either 11 or 13, bro. But I was helping my uncle, and it was a dead body in the back, bro. I was shit crazy.
The more and more Kendrick thinks, the worse his thoughts get.
Let me
If
know
you
in the
listen
comments,
closely, you can hear Kendrick's voice break down at the brink of tears the further we get into the song.
Ugly waving your hand out the window, check yourself. Now crawl your head in that noose. You wind up dead on the news.
It's almost like he can't take it anymore. Why is this happening to him? There's a specific phrase in this song that explains it better than I ever could.
Bend down. Where you from? Who you know? Where you from? Where your grandma stay?
It almost sounds like what those guys said to Kendrick earlier.
I'm gonna tell you where I'm from, okay? You gonna tell me where you from, okay?
I ain't gonna lie. Whoever made this video, double thumbs up, bro. I wish I could add 2 more behind that, but your goddamn storytelling so far and your narrative on how to piece this whole together for an album, top tier.
Or where your grandma stay.
But why is it here? And why is it so distorted and low? Well, the answer to that is actually extremely simple.
Wake your punk, suck. It ain't nothing but a Compton thing. Chill.
If we go back all the way to the art of peer pressure, I told you guys that Kendrick took a blunt with a bit of some of that powdered sugar, remember? So the true effects of that blunt haven't started hitting him until he started running for his life in the beginning. Probably why he was able to outrun those guys, huh? So this entire first section of the song with Kendrick...
Wait, when we say powdered sugar, we mean like K2 or that? Cause that's fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. If your friend put that in the blunt, you might have to whoop his ass.
talking insane and going crazy was him hallucinating in the car as him and his friends were driving away. He can't get over how crazy his life is. Did you not see what just happened to him? It was insane. He gets serious and tells us that no matter how bad he makes his story seem about Compton, no one will ever understand what it was like to be a kid going through this, because it was bad. Worse than I can ever explain it. And that's the message between these two songs. No matter how many times Kendrick is influenced to go out with his friends or be with Shireen, the city as a whole can destroy him as a person.
And that's real, bro. That's real. Like, I feel like after watching most of this so far, the entire topic of the album, well, of course, what it's always been is a good kid in the mad city, your environment and what it shapes you to be. And you can go to any hood across the United States and look at this shit, bro. From Alabama to New Orleans to Texas, all the way up in the Midwest to Indiana, bro. Like, your environment really do shape how a nigga look, how a nigga act, how a nigga like even present himself. You can tell where a nigga from. And the worst part is trying to be yourself in a big ass steaming pot of bullshit.
So Kendrick tweaking in the back eventually makes his friends park the car. There's a pretty good distance away from the house, so I think it's a good time for...
Dish is partnering with Starlink to deliver high-speed internet.
My bad, Chad. I'm a yapper today, but that's just because I love
Swimming
music.
Pools is the 9th song on this album, and it's funny how a lot of people view this as a club song telling people to drink and party, but that couldn't be farther from the truth. First, what exactly is swimming pools? Well, a swimming pool being a place of fun and jumping in the water. But here, imagine the swimming pool being made entirely of liquor and addicted people are jumping in. This song steps away from everything and focuses on how Kendrick just promised himself he wouldn't get involved in stuff like this. If he can escape this house, he can show the world that staying a good kid can actually pay off. Telling his friends about last time they told him to drink. Picture this, Kendrick is at a party, everyone is drinking, the vibes are exciting, and then boom. You can see that people are drinking to escape their sadness, others just doing it to be accepted by their friends. So Kendrick at this party is, of course, not a drinker.
I've done that shit real time too at a party. I used to go to Ball State, bro. Shout out Ball State. I used to go there, bro. And when I was at one of the house parties, kid you not, bro. I'm sitting there, you know, fucked up, the usual. I'm sitting there fucked up, bro. And then I really look at the crowd, right? Like usually you'll see people doing their dancing, you know, having conversation and shit. But I look at the crowd, right? I see niggas just getting flat out wasted. People on the corner and shit, you know, like sticking to themselves, watching the scenery. And then you got other people with like guns and shit. And you know, like just on some bullshit. You can tell them somebody on some bullshit, bro. But like it's moments like that that really have you think like, damn, what the fuck are these niggas doing here? Like dead ass. It was just niggas just standing around and talking and drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking until they were sloppy. Or like you ever seen how like a party progresses where like when people first get in there, they're all antsy and shit. You know, they're not really trying to dance, they're not really trying to socialize. Then you gotta like turn the lights down a little bit, you know, give people some room to hide and not be in the limelight. And then once the liquor hit their system, now everybody is so talkative or social. Bro, bro, like that shit is real, bro. Like I could write a paper on the shit damn near.
But he stands there, watching, observing, seeing what everyone is doing. When all of a sudden his friends end up right next to him, all extremely drunk, pushing him to drink with them. But after some persistent no's, he ends up giving in because someone called him a pussy. See, now that's where you cross the line. So he starts drinking with them, and shot after shot, the room gets darker and louder, drinking more and more to keep up with his friends. Then comes a crucial point. Kendrick hears a voice, the voice of his conscience, warning him about the dangers of drinking too much.
Okay, now open your mind up and listen to me, Kendrick.
For that 1 second, he realizes what he's been doing, since he knows that drowning too much in this poison can lead to a crazy addiction and ruin his life. But Kendrick's already gone too far. He starts mentioning having a new appetite for failure, meaning that he's starting to expect the worst in his life. And this feeling just grows stronger over time, saying,
Make an excuse that your relief is in the bottom of a bottle and the green is in the leaf.
We go back to Kendrick explaining this to his friends, but they aren't listening. They still think that he's shooken up after what happened to him earlier. And so fueled by rage, the only thing on their minds from all of this is revenge. How can we get back at those people who did this to him? They can't let this slide. They have to end those guys' life. Without a second thought, they jump back in their car and they go back. Kendrick, not wanting to go, tries to become the voice of reason, but they just keep going faster and faster. Even though these two have nothing to do with it, they feel it's necessary to protect him here. And we know that Kendrick is changing, but even him being on this car going back is the single most important part of this
But
album.
just when I thought I had enough,
They stopped to hum me out over a bitch. We gonna do the same old shit. I'm gonna pop a few shots. They gonna run opposite way. Fall right in the lap.
And I hope that bitch that set him up out there, we gonna pop that bitch too.
Wait, hold up. Hey, I see somebody. Got the niggas. K-Dot, you good? You good?
Yeah, blood, I'm good. That you good?
Bro, before he explains the next part of it, the next song on the album, bro, just understand this is one of the saddest rap songs I have ever heard. I am crying thinking about it. I don't want to hear all you acting like a bitch, man. Shut the fuck up, man. Suck my nigga dick, bro. But, bro, like, kid you not, I wish I can hear this song for the first time again, bro. Like, I had my headphones on. I was sitting on my bed and I bawled my fucking eyes out, nigga. I don't even have any dead homies and I bawled my fucking eyes out. When you part of the culture, nigga, you relate even when you don't have anything to relate to.
Say something. These niggas kill my brother.
Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst is the most important song. Throughout this album, there's been this overarching story taking place about love and violence, and Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst serves as that climax that a lot of stories have, that is meant to completely motivate the character just for a chance of making a difference. So why? Why is this song specifically so important? Well, this song is cut up into two parts. First, Sing About Me and I'm Dying of Thirst, which we'll find out the meaning of later. Throughout the album, we've been following Kendrick and his group of friends. And unfortunately, we just saw one of Kendrick's closest friends pass away after trying to get revenge for him earlier. Now, this song isn't revolved around that friend who we later learned is named Dave, but is focused on Dave's brother, who I'm calling DB, and how he reacts to finding out what happened. DB just saw his brother die right in front of him, but time goes on and we see him thanking Kendrick, thanking him for always showing so much love to Dave. Even in Dave's dying moments, Kendrick held him, making him feel safe. Even though in this moment he's completely helpless, just being there meant so much to DB. We go back to a specific day where it's just Kendrick and DB alone, sitting, thinking about life, and for the first time in forever, they have a genuine talk, putting Kendrick in this high pedestal since he has this huge passion to make it out of Compton, because for him, it was all lost when he was just a kid, telling him about how much he loves his raps and prays that one day when he makes it big, he'll tell their story, shedding light to all those other kids going through the same situation, making sure that his memory is never forgotten. So fueled by rage, he can't get over his brother's death. It's the same nightmare every night, so he goes for vengeance. But one slip up ended his life. But Kendrick here, fulfilling his wish to
And y'all probably think a nigga being dramatic, bro, but whole time this is really how like deep shit get, bro, in the hood, bro. Like I don't yeah, man, first and foremost, all you little kids that wanna be hood, wanna be gangster, but you know your mama got a good home. Y'all ain't got no roaches in your house. Y'all ain't never really had to starve for food, beg for clothes, ask mom when the hell we getting new shoes, bro. Y'all, if y'all never had a struggle like that, bro, y'all don't know the struggle, bro. Like y'all don't know how like deep this shit go, bro. And that's okay. Y'all really shouldn't want to know how deep this shit go, bro. Like nobody should be fucking 11 through 17 seeing their friends and brothers die. Having to see your brother in your arms and shit, bro. Like kid you not, bro. This shit heavy as hell. Like, oh my god, bro. Redlining is a bitch. Let me just say that redlining is a bitch.
Sing About Me, ending his verse with the final words, am I worth it?
Right now, man. Like, we right here. Black. Brother, they just killed the only brother, man. All right, just call me back, man. Call me back.
This mug started as a
What we gonna do? Bro, we can go back right now, man. We can go back right now. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of fucking running. I'm tired of this. My brother, homie.
I am tired of running. Song after song, it's been issue after issue, problem after problem. They're tired of running, they're tired of hunting, they're tired of living this life of crime, chasing these empty goals. They just watched their friend die and just want to find a way to stop all this madness. Kendrick and his friends start to reflect, saying,
How many sins? I lost count.
They've sinned too much and the Reaper is calling. Death is always close by and feel like there's no escape. So how are they all going to change? It's a cycle of violence, greed, temptation, repentance that keeps pulling them in. But breaking free from that cycle is an uphill battle. But then the most unexpected but beautiful thing happens.
I'm tired of this. I'm tired of young running. Come talk to me. My brother, homie, is that what I think that is? I know that's not what I think that is. Why are you so angry? See, you young men are dying of thirst. Do you know what that means? That means you need water, holy water. You need to be baptized with the Spirit of the Lord. Do you want to receive God as your personal Savior? Okay, repeat after me. Lord God, I come to you a sinner. Lord God, I come to you a sinner.
The phrase dying of thirst isn't about needing water. It's about feeling spiritually empty, desperate for something greater. This lady helping these young men with the sinner's prayer, turning their life into Jesus. No longer running, no longer living a life of crime and revenge, but living for him. Releasing themselves of this horrible mentality and ready to live this life as a newly found person. And while people like DB were victim of not following through with this newly found mentality, people who did were able to find something greater.
All right now. Remember this day, the start of a new life, your real life.
I mean, at this point, we could have just ended the album right here, right? We just went from Kendrick being this easily influenced little immature kid to him having this beautiful redemption at the end. So why continue? Well, I like to think of this song as a bowl of cereal because you have two ingredients. You have the cereal and you have the milk. Both in their own regards are perfectly fine separate, but when combined together, magic.
I ain't gonna lie. You drink milk by yourself, you're a psychopath. Yes, I'm looking at you. In the red hoodie, you're a psychopath.
So this side of the story is done, right? It's over? Well, kinda. I like to think that there's one final puzzle piece to make this album whole. This song begins right after with Kendrick expressing pride in who he finally is. This is really important because it sets the stage for the main message of the song, being real. But what does that actually mean? After Kendrick took that leap to being true to himself, he realized what's going on with so many other people. He points out how everyone loves material things, fancy clothes, fast cars, money, and they believe that these things will make them happy.
But what love got to do with it when you don't love yourself?
No matter how much you love these material things or other people, if you don't love and accept yourself, none of it really matters.
Will Michael Jackson stay? I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Start with yourself. Love thyself.
So real isn't about what you have or what other people think of you. It's about knowing yourself and your own worth. Well, true, but there's so much more to it than just that. Throughout the album, we've been getting voicemails from Kendrick's parents. And at first, these voicemails are very sporadic.
Hey, where my motherfucking dominoes at? It's the second time I asked you to bring my dominoes.
Give me the damn phone.
I want your body, look at that big old fat.
See, hell, he ain't even tripping off them dominoes no more. Just bring the car back.
Did somebody say domino?
Don't hang up. Damn, let me Kendrick, when you get this message, man, call me back.
But one thing is extremely clear. Kendrick's parents are flustered. His mom constantly asking for the van back. His dad high as hell the whole time. So they must not be important. Actually, these two characters might be the most important people. At some point after this whole ordeal, Kendrick's parents call him for a third time. Not calling, asking about the car or dominoes, but actually talking to him. His dad starts by apologizing for what happened to Dave.
Gang, I ain't tripping up from dominoes no more. Just call me. Sorry to hear what happened to your homeboy.
He tells him that what those people did to him, that's not being real. For him, being real is responsibility. It's taking care of your family. Real is God. His mom takes the phone and tells Kendrick that Top Dog, the music label, called asking if they could hear more from him, saying that they loved what they've been listening to so far, and if he actually put all of his energy into it, who knows where it can take him, ending the conversation with something that would push him forward to pursuing this rapping thing.
If I don't hear from you,
And he did just that. And he did just that. I ain't gonna lie. Kendrick Lamar is definitely one of my top favorite artists. Not number one, not number two, but definitely top three. But with that being said, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate y'all so much. I hope y'all have all learned a valuable lesson from this video. Shout out to the original creator, bro. This was a phenomenal video, bro. W storytelling, analysis over the entire album. If y'all left this with nothing, bro, please leave this with this. Be thyself. Be yourself, bro. Because if you will kill yourself trying to be somebody else. Have a good one, y'all.